What is going on, everybody? How are you doing tonight? Man, I actually had some second thoughts about doing tonight's show, but as you can see right here, united we stand. We are going to go ahead and talk about sports cards. And what's up, Dommy? How you doing? So we had Arnie, we had Maddie, we had Arnie, we have Dommy. We are going to talk about some sports cards. As you can see, different background on location once again. you know, uh, but today is an important day in our, country's history. Hunter, how are you? It is an important day in our country's history, and you know, it's a day we shouldn't forget. It's a day we should always remember. Uh, you know, remember where you were. I remember where I was. I was working. I was working for Home Depot. I was at the headquarters. Heard about it. Ran downstairs to the gym where they had TVs and was on. Um, my dad actually was across the river in New Jersey, watching. And I don't know if I've said this before on air or not, but my dad was in New Jersey and they heard about it, and they all went up to his boss's office, and his boss's office overlooked southern New York, and he actually watched the second plane go into the second tower. So he said it was very surreal. Um, Took him, I don't know, as soon as he saw that, they all took off because a lot of them lived in New York. They worked in New Jersey, but they lived in New York. So a lot of them went ahead and took off and were actually able to get on one of the last trains from New Jersey to New York, and then made his way home. I think he said it took him like 11 hours to get home. But hey, like I said, uh, where were you? I'm sure it's one of those things that people say, hey, where were you? You know exactly where you were and stuff. And, and it was crazy. And I knew people that worked in those buildings. My wife's cousin worked in that building and for whatever reason didn't go in that day. So it's crazy how things happen. I have a good friend of mine who's a Port Authority police officer. Who was off that day and try to go in when he could and stuff. So it is what it is. Again, uh, you know, hopefully everybody remembers all those people who lost their lives, what it went ahead and changed, how we came together as people and stuff, and it's funny, you look at it, and what made me think about it, we think about a lot of things, and we we talk about you know, let's face it, bunch of grown men, on pictures of them on cardboard and stuff, and stuff gets heated in the hobby and stuff for stupid ass reasons and stuff like that, and when you boil it down, it's the hobby's meant to be, a good place, not a place for adversaries and all that other kind of shit. So, but hey, enough of that. Matt, it was his first day of college delayed due to construction of a new campus. No idea it happened until getting to school. Then they canceled class for theory, and then you joined the Army, military next week. Wow. Maddie, thank you very much, sir. But hey, so what do we have going on? Man, there's a lot of talk. So let's, again, we're here to talk about the hobby. We're here to talk about a lot of stuff. So a bunch of different things going on still as of right now. Hey, Larkin, how you doing, buddy? Man, Kansas City Royals surging, surging. Cousin was in DC. Wow, that must have been scary. Um, so the bounty, right? Everybody's looking for that one of one, the triple autograph, and still has not been brought out. Whoever has it either hasn't opened up the pack or has not gone ahead and raised their hand that they have that card. Very, very, very interesting. Now, the one of one did go ahead and show up, and Dom's buddy, sports card investor Jeff Wilson, who has Cards HQ right in not too far from where I live, um, offered offered some money for the card. The person said no, and they're going to bring the one of one to Golden Auctions, and they are going to auction it off. So it's going to be interesting to see where that card lands from a price perspective. It's not autographed or anything now. I think they said to 25. I think it was like 12 to 25 or something like that. Sold for about $2,500. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, again, not exactly sure. I know Jeff Wilson offered 25,000. Person said no, and they were going to send it to Golden. Smart move. More eyeballs on it. I'm sure it'll be higher than 25,000, which is which is good. I noticed the other day I was looking at some videos, and we had him on the show once before. Kari from American Arbitrage Cards, I think his name is. I'm not 100% sure, but he was at National, and out of one of his silver packs, he pulled the Caitlin Clark one of one out of a Nationals silver pack, and he had it graded at 10, and he went to Golden Auctions, and the winning bid was $33,000. So we had a Caitlin Clark one of one from a silver National pack go for $33K. That's pretty good. I mean, it's definitely a good return on investment when you figure what it costs to get into the National and probably get one of those packs. So definitely a good. Yeah, the Cards HQ VIP experience must not have been that great. Yeah, the Clayton Claw. Yeah, it went for 33. It was a PSA 10. Was not, and the thing was not. It was not no autograph. That was just a whatever the card was from the National, which was pretty good. So I mean, there are sales happening. Haven't heard anything about the Wembies. I know the bounty that Blez put out for the one of one Wemby on Topps Chrome. Unless it has changed. The last I saw, the person still hadn't called Blez yet, which is interesting. Unless they got another offer someplace else. But I mean, Blez offers, you get $1 million offer for a card. I don't know, and there are some people who are wondering what's going on because the person who pulled it said that they bought 2 boxes and they decided to rip one. They didn't know if they were going to rip them. They decided to rip one. They ripped one it had in there. And the person went ahead and set up an IG account, and it was the first day. They didn't have an IG before that. They set up an IG specifically for that. Now, that doesn't mean the person didn't have an IG beforehand, right? They could have had, they could have easily have gone ahead and had an IG, but just created a new one for this. But again, last we heard, person did not go ahead and, sell that card. I don't know. I don't know what you could be waiting for, and I know this is going to sound stupid, But if someone said, "Hey, 500,000," I mean, I could see maybe you're thinking, "Hey, John, how you doing, buddy?" There's Bob Ross Jr. showing up in the chat. Uh, I know it's gonna sound stupid, right? But if it was like 500K, like I can understand if he said, "No, I'm gonna put it to auction because I think it's gonna go for more than 500,000." I go ahead and I get that completely. Um, I don't know what the person who has that card could want. Like I said, uh, you have an offer of $1 million. You know, the only thing I can say is maybe what you do is, you say to Blez, here, you want the card, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna pay me the million, but you're gonna send a plane for me, and I'm gonna fly to Vegas, and meet you one on one in Vegas, and we're gonna do something. I don't know what the person could want. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Oh, Maddie had Portillo's for dinner. Maddie had Portillo's for dinner. They have something new. Didn't try it. They have, I guess, they have a salted caramel spiced cake, and you can have it as a shake. Didn't get that. I don't know if I'm going back tomorrow, but that's beside the point. Um, but again, you get offered $1 million. I don't know what you would wait for. I just don't get it. You know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. I'm gonna send you $1 million. Put it in a plain white envelope, and we're gonna go from there. Yeah, I don't. It's Matt. There's not one right around the corner from me. So yes, I enjoy the hell out of it. So I mean, that's from that standpoint. Again, I don't know what you're waiting for. I was looking at some other stuff, and man, I tell you, you know, uh, for the guys like us, there's like no product to go ahead and rip and open. I mean, like you really can't. The stuff is so damn expensive. Um, when you look at the prices of boxes stuff, like I heard that the MLB store in New York was starting to take phone orders for the logo fractor. Well, I think last year the boxes were 60 or 70. This year, excuse me, this year the boxes are over 100 for logo fractor. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. Bowman Chrome, 275. I mean, if you're looking at your football and your basketball product, that's all crazy. I mean, it's yeah. I can't blame you. I mean, it literally and I mean, don't get me wrong. You could buy Topps Chrome basketball blasters if you want. You most certainly can. But you can't get anything good out of them. I think when you look at if you go to Beckett, you look at the checklist, there's like only 3 parallels that you can get out of them, and I think none of them were numbered. Now, could you get the super frac? I mean, could they yeah, I mean, I'm sure, some of that stuff can get thrown in there, and they will. I mean, I could see that, right? I could see that. But overall, it's getting to the point to where you can't you can't get anything. Like you literally are hoping, like think about it. If you open up a Chrome blaster, and I don't even know what the hell I don't even know what they are in price anymore. I stopped looking. But unless you get a Wemby rookie, now I can't see how if you were going to sell it, I don't even know if you can get back the money of a blaster. And people go, well, there's other cards that are who. I mean, what are people going to pay you? Are people going to pay you? Let's say I don't know what a box is, but let's just make believe a box is $50. People gonna pay you $50 for a LeBron Chrome, Topps Chrome? They're gonna pay that for Curry, for Giannis, for Luca? No, it's gonna basically be, or Anthony Edwards. No, basically it's gonna be, it's real simple. It's gonna be Victor Wembanyama or nobody. That's the only freaking way. Crazy prices. I really can only get cards by breaks right now. Yeah, I did. I announced my break, $13.23. Football, football mixer. Yeah, that's true. I forgot. Thank you, John. I forgot about that one. Panini, Boys of Summer, 4 cards, $250. I mean, come on. $63, 60 something, $63 a card. The Halloween packs are the way to go. Yep, you got that right. So I saw, they have the Score a Treat, which is I've seen that only at Walmart. I don't know if it's anyplace else, but you get what, 40 packs? Yeah, you get 40 packs for $30. No, actually, it was less. I think it was like $22. Very good. I saw somebody posted. Costco has the basketball. I think it's called Haunted Hoops. 90 packs for $30 at Costco. Right. No way you do. I mean, yeah, very, very rare. Like I opened that Score a Treat that I opened. Um, I went ahead and like I had Mike look at them. They if you haven't seen them yet with the Score a Treat, and I'm sure the Haunted Hoops is probably going to be the same. It is a thinner product. Yeah. Oh, okay. Target has the hoops ones, $20 for 40 packs. Yeah. Somebody made a post on X that Costco had the ones 90 packs for $30. Now I mean, for some people that would be a cool thing to give out on Halloween. I mean, 90 packs. Yeah, it's 270 cards. And the one guy opened it and he pulled out, I think it was 5 or 6 Wembanyama's out of it. Orange and greens and stuff. Um, so, I mean, you can go ahead and get a couple of bucks from there. Um, but I know I haven't seen the hoops, but the Score, it is a thinner card. It's definitely, I don't even think it's a 20 point. Um, but point being that you get to at least open up some current product. Titus, my man. Titus worldwide. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, Hoops is the same stock. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, hey, if you can go ahead and you can, if you buy one of those big ass things and it's, that many packs in there, and you can go ahead and pull a couple of Wembanyama's, that's real. I mean, you could probably get your $30 back. I think if you were to go ahead and pull 3 Wembanyama's, I bet you could get $10 a pop. Sam's Club has the Score. Yeah, nice. Nice. Again, it's a nice little rip. I mean, it's fun to go ahead and open. And that's really what it is. And you can get the current players. That's the big thing, right? You get current players. Because right now, like I said, from a basketball perspective, yeah, you can go and you can buy Mosaic blasters. You might be able to find megas, but you can find. I mean, I was in Walmart tonight getting some water, and I walked by, and they had, I think it was like 4 of the Mosaic blasters. I don't remember the price. It was either 34.90, so it's either 35 or $40. I'm not 100% sure. But again, the only way you reap any benefit if you're trying to sell is if you right now if you get a Victor Wembanyama. That's the only way. Um, if you got a Scoot Henderson or a Brandon Miller, which are the other two, somewhat top rookies from this draft class, or Victor's class, those would be more of a hold, and they have the potential to go ahead and increase. Uh, this last draft, it's going to be interesting. I don't think I think I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be Panini or what they're going to wind up doing with this draft class because there's really no what do you call it? There's nobody that is out there that anybody talks about as being my gosh that's going to make those products go crazy off the shelf and everything. I think those are going to sit there for a while because there's really nobody. It's almost like the year before Wemby, same type of thing. Really, no big superstars or anything like that. So it's going to be interesting. Score treats, grab 9. Huh? That's a lot. That's a little. I think that's a little too much. But hey, get an Otani. I mean, you really can't go wrong. Designs of different hoops has slimy webs and candy instead of bats and jack-o'-lanterns. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look for that. And it was funny, I was in Costco last night and I didn't know about that until today. Otherwise, I would have looked for it. I didn't see it, but I wasn't looking for it. So I don't know. There might be a Costco where I am. I do have room in the suitcase. So who knows? Maybe I go ahead and get one. Maybe tomorrow I get one. Maybe tomorrow night I do a live rip from the hotel, from the no-tell motel. But it's just, you know, it's interesting from a pricing standpoint. I mean, you know, the basketball, it's like I said, it's crazy when you think about it, is that here we are getting ready for a new season, and the big hype is still about the rookies, about the rookie from last year. So it's interesting. I am in Orlando. I am actually right across the street from SeaWorld. My hotel is right across the street from SeaWorld. And they also have White Castle here too. Boom, baby. So, excuse me. Um, yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Like I said, to be honest with you, it's that would good way to make up for, yeah, it would. And I'll bet you, Larkin, there would be there would be people that would be going for that. Matt, not very nice. Not very nice, Matthew. But it would be nice. That would be pretty cool if they did it, if they decided to go ahead and do a baseball product. That would be cool. But I'll definitely get some of the basketball. And if I get lucky and get some LeBrons and Currys and Lucas, I mean, obviously you could throw those players up, and people would, you can probably, sell those for, I don't know, $3, $4. I don't know if you can, like I said, I know I saw one guy post on X. He opened up one, and I know he got 5 Wemby's out of his. So, I don't know if that's normal. That's not normal, but to me, that's one of those things where, hey, you know, I'd have the CEO look at them. If he thought any of them would get a 10, I would hold on to those and I'd sell the rest and just go from there. But it's just getting to the point to where, like, I just sometimes don't understand where the hobby is going to go. That's why, like I said, I try and wrap my mind around the Michael Rubin fanatics wanting to 10x the hobby. What do you know? What are you doing? Like, what are you? 10xing for who? Is it 10xing for fanatics? Is it 10xing for breakers? Because um, if you're only putting the hits in the most expensive boxes, the hobbies, the jumbos, the this, the that, that that takes the collector out of it. Um, from that standpoint. I mean, and then what are you going to do? I mean, like I go to my local card shop and stuff, and you know they had hobby of they had all the hobby boxes of of Chrome and Series One, Series Two, and all the other kind of stuff and everything, but it was still very expensive. Mm. Greg, how are you doing, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, but like I said, what are you gonna do? I mean, we're at that point right now with the hobby where it is what it is. Sean, how are you? Yep, on the road again. Um, I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, and it's like, well, and buy singles, buy singles, buy singles. I just Craig from the Beham. Did we rename our channel, Craig, or is this a different one? Which channel is this? Um, but like I said, I mean, it's to the point to where, it's so hard to figure out, what to do, what to buy, what to get, you know, um, like to me, uh, Fanatics, yep, oh, a rename. Oh, well, hey, that's okay. That's all right. Um, Fanatics had an opportunity to change the game with Chrome, with and let's say with Topps Chrome basketball and with the composite football. That's another one you can't barely afford. That's another one where the prices are skyrocketing. You know, they could have put some hits in the blasters. They could have put some hit in the monster boxes and not leave it to all just like the hobbies and the jumbos. Had a great opportunity. And to me personally, they blew it. AJ, how's it going, buddy? Long time no see. I hope all was well with you. Um, to me, again, they had opportunity. Uh, that's how you would 10x the hobby. No, me knowing that I can have a shot at getting, a Wemby autograph out of a blaster. That's how you 10x the hobby, because then I might go ahead and I may buy, I may actually decide to spend the money on a blaster or two. Um, but with no chance of getting any seriously good cards, why bother? And I'm just using Wemby. I mean, I believe LeBron and KD and Curry and Luca and Joker and Embiid and Giannis, maybe and even like a Jalen Brunson, guys like that, Tatum, Brown. I'm sure they have autographs, or if they don't have autographs, it'd be crazy. But like if they had autographs, which I again not sure, don't know what the rules are. I would assume that they probably can't. Wemby might be, one of the few autographs from the exclusive autograph deal that he signed with Fanatics, just like Caden Clark signed the exclusive with, Panini, and some of these other quarterbacks, have signed exclusives with Panini. But, you know, man, he's gonna get the 50 to 50. He's gonna figure out a way to do it. True. And that's why I think it's odd that if that's what and that was the big thing I think when people were talking about, oh, going to 10x the hobby, going to 10x the hobby. And if it's just what's up, Anthony? How you doing, buddy? Hope all is well. Um, and I think of Fanatics from the standpoint of if they went ahead and they cared, like you said, Lockin, we would have seen it. But you know, they decided not to. From that standpoint, and now we'll see. It'll be interesting what they do with the buybacks. Hope they're going to do that. We have a hell of a thing going on here from that standpoint. What do we got here? I got the numbered cards I needed for the Magical Rainbow of eBay. I'm calling it the reverse rainbow. Now all I need is the base and the refractor. Well, hell, that's awesome, Maddie. That is very, very cool. You've been able to do that. I was trying to get a Fred Lynn rainbow, and the 1 of 1 came up, but it went to auction. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a big time Fred Lynn fan, and I bid on it, but then I had to go ahead and I had to stop because I think the Fred Lynn 1 of 1, and it was from this year's Chrome Platinum. His 1 of 1 went for almost $400. I love Fred Lynn, my favorite player, but that was a little tough. Maddie, Sean would like to know, where'd you get the Superfractor? He did. Played at USC, Red Sox, Angels, Orioles, Padres, I believe, Tigers. Bounced around a little bit. Yeah, Sean, I was very, very surprised when I was bidding. I bid, and it was the first 1 of 1 of his that I had seen come up in the Chrome anniversary, and I was bidding, and I basically I was willing to overpay what I thought would have been an overpay, like 250, 275, but when it flew by, man, I was like, holy crap. Yeah. He shouldn't be that expensive overall. I'm not saying a Bregman 1 of 1 would be cheap, but I would think a Bregman 1 of 1 wouldn't be too expensive. But then again, I guess it depends on expensive is a personal thing, right? There are a lot of people who think, my gosh, you were going to pay $250 for a 1 of 1 card. A lot of people will be like, wait, that's way too much to go ahead and pay. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh, you can't find one. Well, hey, did you check the trash can? Ah! Ah, man, I kill me sometimes. um, oh man, what other stuff do we have going on? Yeah, so how about that baseball team from Georgia, man? I think they are what are they are they still battling? Man, I don't mean to say anything, is that really that much of a dig? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm not saying, just saying. I mean, now look, just so you know, I'm not sure if you're trying, you do realize that my New York Mets are one game ahead of them in the playoffs. So for the playoffs, so as if the season ended today, the baseball team from Georgia would be sitting at home watching the New York Metropolitans play at least one playoff game. Dodgers 3 home runs in the first inning. Low hanging fruit, baby. I know. I know, Sean. I know. It is all in good jest. What other news do we have? Did you see Guaranteed 2 now? Oh, okay. Did you see that the Wilt Chamberlain that was found in some kind of way was graded an SGC by SGC, graded an SGC 10, and it has been reported that it was sold for $1.7 million. There was some people talking about it. I forgot who was talking about it, but they were talking about the price. If it would have went to PSA and got a PSA 10, a lot of people think it might have been closer to like a $3 million card. So little crazy there on you know on that difference of a price. I tell you, that vintage card with that stock, that square, it did look good in the SGC case. But hey, somebody finding it in a shoebox or something along those lines in a closet of something I forgot what the hell it was. And yeah, I mean they went ahead and went ahead and cashed in pretty darn good. All I know is the White Sox are 33 and 114. They're 45 and a half games out of the wild card. Chicago White Sox are 51 and a half games out of first place. Their run differential is minus 311. So they're 33 and 14. That's 147 games. Got 15 games roughly to go. They have to lose 7 of those 15. They have to. Jay McCarr was in a grocery store. Yeah, grocery store closet for 60 years. Incredible. Incredible that card was in that kind of shape. I mean, it really is. It really is amazing. It's just it's hard to fathom, that card was able to just be sitting there, and I mean, crazy, 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 crazy. 60 for yeah, yeah. It was the rookie. Yeah, it was the Chamberlain rookie card in a grocery store closet for 60 freaking years. It comes out, it gets graded at 10. Incredible. I mean, it's absolutely remarkable. Now there are some people going, it shouldn't have been a 10 because it did look a little off centered. And I don't know. I haven't looked at the card. Excuse me. I don't know for sure. But you know, again, the guy got it great and everything. And from what I heard, he was gonna he was going to put it at auction, but the person who bought it, made him a deal and everything. They said that also the person, who the hell was it? Dang, I can't remember. I can't remember who it was, but they said that the person who bought it also. Oh, it wasn't a rookie card. I thought that was the Chamberlain rookie. No, that's right, because that's right. It's not a Chamberlain rookie. The rookie's what? The 70, I think? Oh, wow. But they said it was like the best condition one that they've ever seen. But the guy who bought it is also a guy who has purchased a full set, all PSA graded uh, on card autos, hand autos, a complete set, I think, of the tall boy basketball cards. Okay. Do I have that card anywhere? Let me look up, see. No, because you're right. It was the 70. No, it wasn't a 72 tops. 70, 71. That might have been. I don't know. I don't know what year that was. I can't remember what year the card was, but it's crazy. Oh, it might too. It was a Fleer, so it might have been the first year, Fleer. So maybe that's why they were calling it his Fleer rookie card. I don't know. Like I said, it's just crazy. If like I said, he goes for 1.7 million. The Caitlin Clark went for 33 at auction. Um, the one of one of Curry, Katie, LeBron is going to go to auction. There was a $25,000 offer made. It got refused. And then there's the triple, that same card with the triple autograph that has not surfaced yet. So, yeah, it's interesting. The hobby debut, season 162 Flair set is historically known for factory. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Locking. When somebody, I can't remember who the hell it was. I was just watching the video. I can't remember if I watched it last night or this morning, but I saw the video, and um, they were even saying, just by them looking at a picture of the card, that it didn't look like it should have gotten a 10. There were some people that are saying, and then a couple people commented on the video. Who was it? I don't know who it is, but I know the guy. Like a lot of times in his, he'll say in his videos, hey, don't be stupid, don't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Something along those lines. Like over and over again. It's like whatever his tagline is, catchline. But I think somebody in the comments had said, I wonder if they looked at it, saw that it might have been a little off centered. So that's why they sent it to SGC, because they knew SGC might have a better shot at getting a 10 versus if you send it to PSA, more than likely it would not have gotten a 10. Now I just wonder, would someone have paid $1.7 million for a PSA 9? USPS is ending discount rates. I did not hear that. Wow. That is gonna be very, very interesting. That is really gonna put that is gonna put a hurt in people who resell. Now, I mean, because people who resell, you know, they resell, through eBay, like, I think you would still get a little better rate as a customer. Pardon me. But it wouldn't equal the discount that you would get as a seller. So, like, for instance, you know, selling ground advantage stuff, on eBay, a customer may pay $5 for shipping, but you might pay $4. UPS and DHL. SGC is hotter on Santa Fe. Oh wow, did not realize that, Anthony. You would know for sure. So then I guess maybe it was a 10. I mean, I guess there's a link if anybody's looking for it. To shipping consolidators, likely raising consumer costs. Psh. Anyone have any Mike Trout cards for sale? Looking for some that I don't have. I know someone who has Mike Trout cards, but they are not for sale. My son is a Mike Trout collector, so he has some autos and some numbers that he would not be selling. Sorry, AJ. I cannot help you on that one. um, I found that UPS is now be cheaper than USPS on pirate ships. They have lifted the residency fee. Ah, okay. DHL only does international in the US. Yeah, I have said so. It's funny you say that, Dom. I've had that too. I've had a couple times where I've had to mail stuff out, and I've gone on pirate ship, and they call it's UPS Ground Saver, and it was actually cheaper. Uh, it was cheaper than regular USPS. But the interesting thing about uh, UPS Ground Saver is they actually ship it to the local post office, and then the post office takes it, aka what we call, the last mile. Uh, you know, hey do you? I think there was an M missing. It's probably supposed to be a hey Dom the Destroyer. Um, yeah, so that would be interesting. Like I said, I think they yeah, like I said, I have seen that also, Dom. I think the last package I mailed to my daughter Jennifer, um, UPS Ground Saver was like, I don't know, $1 less. No, maybe like $1 less than USPS. So I was like, well, hey, it's the same. The UPS store is the exact same distance as the post office from my house, so I will save the dollar. Hold on, I gotta turn the volume on my phone down. Sorry, gang. So that's interesting from that standpoint. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with an eBay, a Macari, a Poshmark, Depop, a bunch of those sites. Even people that Um, question for Mr. Pittsburgh. Question for Mr. Pittsburgh. Um, I mean, I wonder, for those people that have Spotify sites, what's it going to do for that? I mean, that really is that's not real good. That type of thing is not good with with the USPS doing that. You know, I mean, I guess I don't understand why. You know, unless it was more people started using like a pirate ship, or if there's something else that you as a normal consumer can buy online. I mean, maybe looking at a normal consumer from that standpoint of going in, but man, it's going to be interesting. That, my friend, is a really interesting one to see what they would do, because that one would actually, I mean, for people that do, where it would hurt the most is the people that do free shipping on eBay. Like if you already charge for shipping, it's not going to affect you, because even if eBay charges me the same price that um, that a customer that a customer pays, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it is an issue, because on eBay you get fees on the shipping cost. So at least when eBay was charging me a little less, I can kind of sort of make that up. Now I can't. Budget Rips, how are you doing? Nice to see you here. From that standpoint. So, again, you know, shipping, we've always said, and we talked about it before, shipping is a great way to go ahead and 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 eat into your profits. And now, if the normal Joe is not going to be able to go to pirate ship and get that 10% discount, 20% discount, 30% discount, whatever it is, I mean, that's tough. That's tough. I mean, you really, no matter what it is you're shipping across the board, no matter what, you really need to make sure that your measurements and that your weight is correct. Because if it isn't, you're going to get killed now. You literally are going to get killed. Bought a card, eBay from Hawaii, got here in 3 days, and postage on the envelope was 69 cents, which is cheaper than a stamp. Not sure what the deal is there, but no wonder they're not making anything. So what what eBay noticed is that they were missing a massive market when it came to sports cards. Um, because of the low dollar cards, the $1 cards, uh, $2 cards, $3 cards. So eBay went to the post office, and they negotiated something called eBay standard envelope. And what eBay standard envelope is, it's gets you tracking per se, but not really. I mean, it's not like your normal tracking where you could see it going through the process. This is kind of uh, regular mail gets scanned. So when it gets scanned, it just recognizes that it got scanned. But what they negotiated with the post office was 1 ounce and below for 69 cents. Uh, just over an ounce to 2 ounces is 95 cents. and up to 3 ounces is $1.25. So, uh, so they negotiated that with the post office. And you might say, why? Well, because you think about it from a standpoint of who's going to buy a $5 card plus shipping when shipping is going to probably be around $4. It's a $9 card. It's only a $5 card, but it's going to cost you nine. As a seller, why am I going to sell a card for $5 free shipping when it's going to cost me $4 to ship it? So it made sense, and that is why they came out with it. Now the whole shipping part of this standard envelope, that's to your point, locking, like you said, bought a card from Wisconsin, took about three. Uh, it could take 3 weeks. I've had that happen with me. I've sold cards and they've gotten there super fast. It's funny, I've actually gotten, like a notice or a hey, you have a late shipment, and a ding, a little ding for a late shipment and stuff, and I would get on line with eBay and say, well, I need your help here. You're telling me I failed, because I missed my window for shipping and I was shipping it late. How could that be? Look at the record. Here it is right here. The customer bought it on Thursday. It shipped on Friday. They got it on Wednesday. I mean, how much, what more can I do? The problem you have, with what you have going on there, Locken, is that, you know, this is treated like regular mail. So it goes through the sorters, and, you know, who knows? From that standpoint, you never know how long something's going to take. I've had uh, um, I've had people send me messages. Hey, my card shows that it was delivered on Saturday. You know, it's Monday, and I don't have the card. So I was like, look, can we go ahead and give it a couple days? Because that's another thing that will happen from time to time. Is that the card will show that it was delivered. So what happens is some of the local post office, what they will do with certain mail, because you don't normally see it, so that their metrics look good, they scan a lot of stuff as being delivered, knowing that it'll be delivered in a day or two afterwards. Most people don't see that kind of stuff because your junk mail, that you have, or if you're, or, if a, if I don't know, a parent sends you a birthday card, or if your sister or brother sends you a birthday card, it's like the steak, it goes through the machine, right? So you see the stamp across it. So, but nobody pays attention to that. No one is, looking at tracking numbers. Different when you're dealing with eBay from that standpoint. So, you know, yeah, out for delivery, and she's 50 miles. Yeah. So, I mean, it's it's a problem, you know. When I've dealt with my customers that I've dealt with, they've all been, hey, no problem, it's only $1.50 card. I can go ahead, and I don't mind, waiting, and they'll wait another couple days and they'll usually say, hey, guess what? Card showed up. Uh, I have not had, a lot of, I've not had to do a lot of returns uh, on cards not showing. Now, what I had, it's funny, about 3 weeks ago, I had a couple incidences where I had two cards, both customers like, hey man, It's been like 4, 5, 6 days. Card's not here. And I'd be like, you know what? No worries, man. I will go ahead and give you a refund. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I don't care. I mean, there were $2 cards, but I'm in them for a few pennies. So it's not like I lost $2. I lost a couple of pennies. I had two instances where I did that about a month ago. And literally a couple of days after I went ahead and sent the refund, the cards showed back up at my door as undeliverable. I let the customers know, and both of them actually went and repurchased the cards. Man scanned it, didn't deliver it. Tracking is almost 9% breach con. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I've had very few incidences where I have not eventually gotten cards. Um, I've had people who said something like, I'm very surprised, with you, Lachlan, with the one that you said took 3 weeks and stuff. I've had customers do the same thing. Hey, man, it should have been delivered Monday, the 10th. It's now, the 20th. The card's not still here. What will you do? You know what? I will refund. And then all of a sudden, 3 or 4 days later, the card shows up at the customer's house and they're like, hey, I got the card. I want to pay for it. And I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Keep the card. Enjoy. Just do me a favor. The next time you're looking for a certain card, check my store to see if I have it. And I've gotten people who are now like repeat customers because of that. So I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me that much. It does not work on the USPS site. That is correct. The only place to check it is really on eBay to see what it is. And if you notice, like I said, they really don't have, you know, uh, they really doesn't. I mean, again, it shows scanned. Hey, it was here, and it was delivered. Period. The end. But I mean, look, it's more about the convenience of being able to actually sell, two, three, four, $5 cards, $6 cards. Heck, actually, all the way up to $15 cards. Because the truth is this: who wants this? I'm like, you can probably sell a $15 card with shipping. People might not be too pissed off about paying, $4, $5 for shipping. But if you're a person who does free shipping, a $15 card is free shipping. And if you have to do it, and if you have to send that card out at, um, you know, $5 because, you have to send it ground advantage if you didn't have eBay standard envelope, that's a lot. I mean, what, 2 weeks ago I sold the card for $18 and I put it in an envelope. It went in eBay standard envelope. It was a single card purchase and it made it there. It was in a top loader back taken care of. So, you know, maybe it could come by not necessarily shipping packages to 20 cities across the country. Yeah, those are the ones that are freaking hilarious. Those are the ones where it's like, hey, I've had that happen when I would sell other stuff on eBay, coffee mugs or all kind of stuff, sell it to a customer in Virginia. And I'm like, hey, I don't understand what happened, but for some reason your package went to Texas, to California, to Montana, to Pennsylvania, and now it looks like it might go ahead and be there. Lachlan, as always, thank you very much for being here. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you for the continued support. I'll catch you at the next one, pal. So, shipping is tough, man. Shipping is tough. You got to, you know, an experienced seller will tell you that, shipping is an unbelievably easy way to lose money. It's very, very easy to lose money on shipping if you're not paying attention, to what you're doing. I learned stuff like that, from guys like Anthony and watching when he had his reselling show when I was first getting into reselling and everything. And then, and they would talk about, how important it is and stuff like that. And I tell you, I couldn't tell you in the beginning, how I wasn't paying attention. And, I put down that something was 8 ounces. Sean, school night. Have a good one, buddy. Sweet dreams, Sean. Sweet dreams. I'm very sorry that you have to go ahead and get up early tomorrow, but enjoy your evening, sir. Um, you didn't real, back then it was, you when I first started selling, um, up to a pound or so, every ounce meant a different price. So if something was 4 ounces and you put 5 ounces, or 3 ounces and 4 ounces, it cost you more money. Now it's different. Now it's like, 0.1 ounce to 4 ounces in one price. Now they have it broken down into 4 ounce blocks. But at one point it wasn't. It was by ounce, and it was crazy. So they have simplified it. So if something is, 6 ounces, all right, if you add a little more packing and it goes to 7, you're okay. You don't pay any more money. But, what, 6 years ago, 6 years, yeah, probably, well, probably less than 6 years, but definitely 6 years ago, if something was 5 ounces and you went ahead and you put it for 6 ounces, you actually paid more for shipping. So you were like trying to make sure that you could, you were doing everything you could to not fill up the void of a box. You would cut the box down and make it as small as possible and pull out as much weight as possible. Illinois, Alaska, California, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Seattle, and then Philly. Now, if you went, Illinois to California to Seattle and then Philly, one thing, but for crying out loud, it had to get on a freaking airplane to Arizona, then another airplane to Hawaii, then another airplane to freaking Puerto Rico. What the hell? That's ridiculous. That is redonkulous, as the kids say. But yeah, I definitely, shipping prices, something to be mindful of. Oh wow, Sean's Astros lost. Way to go, Nationals. Woo woo. Nationals beat the baseball team from Georgia. I see that the Pirates have made a change, and they have said that O'Neal Cruz is going to be their regular center fielder for the rest of the year. A bubble mailer, 4 ounces with $1 to $8. Wow. The joy is overcharging. Postman needs to be fired. Write your Congress. Ground disadvantage. You're right. You definitely got to. You definitely. It's crazy how much. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand fuel prices. I get that. I get that completely. Um, you know, but it. It's just crazy. I mean, it's crazy what they're doing. Watching, I think it was wrong in the system because yeah, if it came to Cali, I would. But you're right. You're right, Doc. You know what they've done to the post office. Is crazy. I mean, the prices, the prices that were being charged and for the stuff. I mean, I can understand if you were getting good service, but my gosh, I mean, I don't know what it's like where you guys are. You know, but I do everything I can to not have to go into the post office. I mean, into where the actual clerks are. in the lobby where I am, the post office that I use, in the lobby where the PO boxes are, uh, you can put your, we'll call normal mail, or stamped mail in one thing. And what's cool is they have a kiosk, that you can actually scan your barcode off of your label and then put it in, so you can have a receipt showing that, hey, I did bring it to the post office. It was dropped off at the post office. So, you know, excuse me, we do, we do have something, we do have that, which is, at least it's a little more convenient from that standpoint. Uh, so you don't have to go in and wait online and stuff like that. So that's not too bad. But the post office, you know, again, good way to go ahead and and lose money, or not make as much. Like I said, a lot of people don't realize, like, when we were on and we were talking with Brandon, uh, he was saying all the stuff about, he used to go ahead and add like 2 or 3 ounces to his packages. It cost him a damn fortune. You're fortunate, small town, so the clerks are always very nice and it's never busy. Yeah, I mean, our post office is, I mean, we don't live in a big town. We have a lot of people, but I mean, it's not like, we don't live in a big city. You have your waves of busyness. Um, you know, a lot of times it gets busy because the kiosk out in the lobby, although it works for if you're dropping packages off, if you're trying to buy postage, it's just a royal pain in the ass. And it's actually, I mean, it's crazy, you know. Excuse me. Um, you know, but the one thing I like about my post office is that even if I have a lot of packages and I don't feel like scanning them, they do have a designated area inside that is for people who have prepaid for their postage, that they don't have to go to the clerk for. So at Christmas time, you know, mailing gifts and doing all this other kind of stuff, and the line is all the way out the door and everything. And I just go walking in, excuse me, bypass the line, drop my package off, and go. I think it was like 2 years ago. I had a lady that was screaming at me, "Sir, you're not allowed to do that. You're not. You better not cut the line, sir." I didn't pay attention. I walked in. I put my packages on, and I just came walking out with an empty bag. "Sir, don't you know there's a line?" And I said, "Yes, I do know there's a line. I don't like standing on lines." And I just turned around and I walked out. Oh man. So, well, I don't know. Uh, is one of the that we, yeah. I would say this: the one by me, which again is, I mean, I could walk to it from my house. I mean, I don't even, it can't be a mile. I mean, it's I can walk to it. Maybe it's a half a mile. Uh, and my wife will go to the post office by where she works at times. And she at one time, she one time, it was funny. She walked in, walked right up. The clerk was like, "Oh, how you doing?" Being so nice to her and so on and so forth. And my wife was like, "Man, it's so nice having clerks that are really nice. The clerks by me where I live, they're not nice." And the lady writer went away and she said, "Oh, you must use the Sprayberry post office." So the post office that I deal with, I they have a reputation. So they, yeah. Which is, yeah, like I said, they have a rep. So people are people know what they're up against when they go to that post office. 7-3, Matthew. Muncie, Smith, Otani, Edmund, Wicks, 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 Wicks. Wicks gave up 4 home runs, Matt. And he's still in the game. 2 2/3 innings, 7 runs. Yikes. So, well, all right, kids. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I got to get up early tomorrow, being that I'm on the road. I got to get to site early. So this was episode number 89. Hard to believe that next week is going to be 90, the 90th episode. Wicks needs to catch fire. Yeah, sure. I don't think Wicks is going to catch fire this game, Matty. He's getting the heat, but he ain't catching fire. Hard to believe that next week is going to be episode number 90 of Collecting Profit. USPS not allowed to have its own airplanes. We're doomed because they have Oh, that's true. That's true. Well, yeah, no. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not saying that they're not nice. A buddy of mine used to run the post. A buddy of mine was actually the postmaster of the post office that I use. He left that to go do a different. He left there, got it. He changed industry. He had had enough, and even he said that before he started, they weren't the greatest people to deal with. He cleaned up a lot, but he knew once he left that it was going to go back to crack. It wasn't going to go back to crap. Yeah, I mean, USPS, I mean, I don't understand why they won't let them own their own planes. It really doesn't make a whole bunch of sense. But I don't know. I mean, from a package standpoint, you got to realize also, people aren't going out to, the store and then coming home, putting it in a box and bringing it to the post office. A lot of people are going, to Amazon and buying stuff and not worrying about it. People are going to eBay. People are shopping online at Walmart, at Home Depot, at all these places, and they ship themselves and they ship, via UPS, or they ship via, other methods. So a lot of them don't need the post office. Online shopping has hurt the post office a lot because you don't have to go to the store, take it off the shelf, bring it home, put it in a box, and then walk your tail into the office. The joy is the problem. I agree. I agree. I don't. He wasn't put in a great situation. They say a lot of this has to do with the pensions, and stuff. That's what I have heard. I don't know how true that is. Joe, hashtag LFGM baby. The real question is, have you ever shipped your pants? The doctor has shipped his pants. I have shipped pants before. I just shipped a shirt yesterday. CDs, toys, all kinds of stuff. I have shipped socks. I've shipped socks. Didn't I ship you socks? Shippity ship them. was the best Kmart commercial. Yep. I don't know. Like I said, 5 pairs. All right, AJ, good night, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Yep, we've been going pretty good here. Like I said, I got to get up early tomorrow. I appreciate you guys a lot. I'm going to go ahead and call it tonight. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. If you can watch some little baseball, watch whatever's left. Have a great one. And like I said, next week, episode number 90. Hard to believe that we're just 11 episodes away from episode number 100. Looking forward to that. These next ones are going to be fun. Don't forget about, if you're still here, hey, if you're looking for an inexpensive break, check out the information on the video on the channel that dropped yesterday. And hopefully you can go ahead and check it out. Thanks, everybody. Peace. Have a great night. Catch you at the next one.